Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for Monday Night Raw. Welcome to Marked by Wrestling. Netflix, we're just a couple of weeks away from SummerSlam. We're going to see Seth Rollins tonight. We're going to see Danhausen. We're getting LA Knight versus Jacob Fatu one-on-one. And The Vision versus Javon Evans and Dragon Lee, as well as Chad Gable and PENTA taking on Rusev and Ethan Page. So here we go. Then, now, forever together. Let's do this. Looks like we're going to get a recap of Saturday night's main event. Saturday night's main event was a fun show. The wrestling was really good. They spent the last half hour with Roman Reigns and Jalen Brunson just kind of patting each other on the back, which felt like it kind of ground the momentum to a halt. Like, I'm sure if you're a Knicks fan or you're a New Yorker, that was probably more over with you, so to speak, than everybody else in the world. But, everything else was a lot of fun. Other than the very end of it, Saturday night's main event was good. Even Karl Anthony Towns, man, his choke slam was great. A shout out to Dom and JD McDonough for also making it look good. But Lyra did a great job too. So pretty cool. And I didn't even talk about the main event match. Cody and Punk, starting to amp up their feud a little bit. Good tag match with him, Sammy and Gunther. And of course, we've put it in stone. Gunther versus Nick Aldis for SummerSlam. That Roman segment makes me yawn already. Hello to Dawsey and to Sophie Dofi in the chat so far. And anybody else who may be watching, come hang out. We're going to watch Raw tonight. Find some things that we enjoy. Yeah, I did hear about the watch party along with the AAA NXT events. I mean, it's a good usage of resources, seeing as how Mania's, going to be out of the country. Last name, I'm all for the Gunther match. Some misinformed or short-sighted people would view that as some kind of burial of Gunther. Couldn't disagree more. They're making Nick Aldis coming out of retirement and getting back in the ring a special occasion. And so giving Gunther that match shows that he's important. Everybody can't be a world title contender every week. I don't think so, Sophie Dofi. I think it might not be his only match, but I don't think he'll have a full-time run. Oh, sorry, you guys. It's been a long day. There's Gable. Bloodline's here. Still no Jey Uso, though. Who is that walking behind Jacob and Jimmy? I mean, is it one of their kids? There's LA Knight and Royce Keys. Royce going to be in LA's corner? Still no Jey Uso in the building. Very interesting. Obviously, we know Jay's had some personal things going on, but he hasn't been around for a few weeks. Okay. They said Seth Rollins was going to kick off the show, but I guess we're starting off with the tag match instead. Javon and Dragon Lee versus Ethan Page and Rusev. No. Penta and Gable versus Ethan Page and Rusev. It's Javon and Dragon Lee versus the Vision. Hey, last name. I haven't seen everything about the streamer and Penta thing, but what I have seen is pretty stupid. I'm very annoyed by streamers getting unearned access to backstage areas in WWE. Like, I feel like if I was granted the privilege to do that, like, I would treat that so reverently and try so hard not to cause any problems back there. But man, like, high level streamers, man, can be so entitled with their behavior. And I know it sounds a little hypocritical because I do this, but the kind of streamers who just walk the street and just film people without their consent and stuff, like, I do not care for that level of streaming or that type of streaming at all, regardless of who they are. All right, here comes Dragon Lee. Looking like a He-Man character. Happy National Lollipop Day to you as well, Zach Minger. Mobfather, good to see you, sir. Yes, Javon living his best life. Listen, man, that holy trinity that came from NXT, Javon, Oba, and Trick, every single one of them shining in their own way. And I absolutely love to see it. Not a fumble in the bunch. And I'm going to keep trumpeting that praise for as long as I can. Here comes the Vision. Braun Breaker, Austin Theory, Logan Paul in tow, and of course Maxine hanging on the arm of Austin Theory. Talk about a shot in the arm. It's interesting. The Vision, I would argue, has been reinvigorated by Maxine's presence and getting the tag titles again after that. But it's like they're no longer, it's like being a main event level threat or an Omega level threat, if you're into X-Men, is no longer on the table for them. But they're like a severely threatening mid-card level talent. So they're like the ceiling of the mid-card, I think. And then like fish food for main eventers. 100% last name. I don't think streamers should be doing anything backstage involving recording or streaming content without like express written and verbal consent from the company. Because like even TV cameras, like in the NFL and stuff, have to abide by certain rules when they're in the locker rooms. They can't just bring the cameras back there willy-nilly. Like they are allowed into certain spaces and have to abide by certain rules. Like I remember a few years back before I moved out to LA when I was still living in North Carolina, I got to go on a tour of the Carolina Hurricanes, the NHL team's facility and that arena. And I saw there's they have posted right outside of the locker room, like the media rules they have to abide by, both for the players to be accessible to the media and rules media has to follow. So like streamers aren't above that. Like, I mean, they are below that. Like they're not legitimate credentialed journalists or anything like that. So just coming out and be like, oh, for my channel, like, nah, dude, like respect the space you've been invited to. That's just common decency and common courtesy. And I'm sure the guy was like, oh, I didn't mean to, whatever, but like you still did it and you streamed it live. And like I said, I was sorry. Like that's such middle school energy. It's just like, grow up, dude. And WWE, if you don't want immature streamers in your space, invite the old guys to come in. We'll play by the rules. Did I see the Avengers Doomsday trailer? Yes, I did. I did see it. And I'll be there. I'll go see it. But I think the train on being mega hyped for Marvel movies for me has kind of left the station and did some time ago. Again, I'm going to be there. I'm going to see it. And I'll probably enjoy it. But it's not the appointment viewing that it used to be. And I'm only going to see it as early as I can to make sure I don't get spoiled when I'm on social media around the weekend that it releases. Goodness gracious. What a maneuver into a DDT. I sound like Vince McMahon from Dragon Lee on to Braun Breaker. Our opening contest, we get things going with a match. No opening promos here. I'm pretty sure this is a non-title match. Numbers game, distractions. Logan Paul, again. Sophie Dophie, what did you think of the Doomsday trailer? What's up, Swaby? Welcome to the chat, my friend. Last name, I'm looking forward to it. I think the card can deliver. You know, it's been a while since I have like fully been like all in on the build to a PLE, you know. But there are some matches on the card that really have piqued my interest. Like Cody and Punk has really amped up its anticipation for me. I'm looking forward to Gunther and Aldis. I'm really looking forward to Penta and Gable and Oba and Brock. Those two matches are probably my most anticipated. The 6-man tag, I'm curious, especially since we have not seen Jey Uso much at all since, you know, his unfortunate private life has gone public. That has me curious how he'll be utilized when we do get to SummerSlam. And then, you know, there's still intrigue with the women's ladder match because that field hasn't been filled out all completely just yet. So anyway, I don't know. I do not know what we're going to get, but I'm looking forward to it. It's not, again, like, it's not the kind of hype where I'm like, oh man, it's going to be the best thing ever. But I think once we get there, a lot of stuff will deliver. I think Penta and Gable will deliver. I think Oba and Brock will deliver. I don't know what to think about Roman and Seth, to be honest. I'm just a little tired. My wife and I were here together for Saturday night's main event, and we said our piece a lot about Roman at the end of the show. I feel like he's just gone a little stale. And I don't know whose fault that is. Like, I feel like it's creative's fault because I'm sure Roman could do more, but he's probably only doing what is required of him. And this day and age with WWE, there seems to be a real directive of just do what you need to do to get the response from the crowd. Like, you don't have to actually go hard. You know what I mean? And I feel like I see that with Roman. I see it with Seth. I see it with Cody to a degree. See it with Jay. And it's like, let me just come out and do the stuff that I've gotten over. And I'm not taking any chances. I'm not trying anything hard. Like, if anything, I feel like CM Punk is still trying hard out there. You know, I think Gable and Oba are trying hard, you know, in his own way. I don't know if I call it trying hard, but in his own way, Brock is putting in an effort too, because he's working as a different kind of character than he used to. So he's doing something different, at least. He's being a coward and in his own Brock sort of way. And like, that's a new territory for him. So yeah, it's easy to rest on your laurels when the fans will still eat out of your hand. But at the same time, it doesn't make for a great story. And it can be boring as a viewer, even if the people who are there live are still eating it all up.
Trying to drive himself to the corner, and the young
Javon going up. Brings down Theory. Oh, Javon sidesteps Braun, too. Javon's in control. He is like a young Kofi, but I'd argue he might even be more agile than Kofi was at his peak. Now Javon is circling the ring. Is he going to charge? Dives into Braun into the timekeeper's table. Well, chair, really. Javon's got Detroit hopping. Springboard. Clothesline. Javon going for that cover. Only two. Hey, Detroit is counting along. Detroit is awake. Almost. Man, sometimes I wonder what if. I know Kofi, got his title run and everything, which is great, and we were all super psyched about it. But I got to wonder what it would have been like for Kofi if his feud with Randy, if he had gotten the big push then. Logan coming up on the ring apron again. Oh, Maxine now interfering with Dragon Lee, who now eats a clothesline from Dragon Lee. Hey, Monica. Mega bouncy. Oh, Javon breaks it. Javon's the most over guy in the match. Oh, he just ate the spear from Braun Breaker, though. They're barking for Breaker too. It is Michigan after all. Oh no, he's about to do the super spear here, running those ropes. Oh, and he just plows through Dragon Lee. That ought to do it. You know what? Don't look now. But the Vision is planting seeds for something really satisfying in that their tag team finisher is Austin Theory holding the guy in place while Braun Breaker, hits the ropes over and over again for that mega spear, right? Well, here comes Alpha Academy. One of these days with the right team, Braun Breaker is going to end up spearing Austin Theory, and they're going to lose those titles. That's how it's going to go down. Here comes Otis and Tozawa. Tozawa jumping and throwing punches like Scrappy Doo. Well, there's Otis. Otis just trucking fools. Suicide dive takes out Braun Breaker. Really? Oh! Maxine with the hard slap onto Otis. Otis ain't having it, but he ain't getting distracted. He's still dropping the Vision. Crotch chop. Double avalanche by Otis. And Otis sends Theory out the ring. Oh, Tozawa's saying, no, we're not done. Put him through the table. And they're clearing off. We're doing the announce table bit in the first match. Otis. No. Big time spear from around the corner by Braun Breaker. Oh. Big forearm there by Austin Theory. It's like a ripcord forearm. Otis dragging himself into the ring to try to protect Tozawa, but he is getting cornered here. He's getting surrounded by the Vision. And now we're about to get the Mega Spear from Braun Breaker onto Otis. Big old spear to big old Otis. Seriously, last name, it does look pretty beastly. Now Logan's the belt boy, handing the titles to the Vision. Vision stands triumphant. Recapping Fanatics Fest. I don't want to see a match with Tom Brady. He can make an appearance, like a promo segment or something, at a WrestleMania, but I don't want to see him like do anything in the ring. He's going to look clunky as all get out. He wasn't a super agile quarterback in the first place. Judgment Day has a hold of Danhausen.
Find us. You got 30 seconds to go and come back. Not JD here. Break your jaw so we don't have to hear any more of your stupid little curses.
Maybe last name. Maybe. We got to get Reed back at some point. Judgment Day pulling the Stewie Griffin. Where's my money, man? That was another big cast promo vignette.
Even if you haven't reached the top. You have no idea just how far you can fall.
Interesting. Even if you haven't reached the top, you have no idea how far you can fall. They are not hiding the reality. They started that vignette off recapping Big Cass's heel turn or turning on Enzo, then getting hurt. And they even dropped implications about him being considered unreliable. Could be very interesting. So yeah, he is scheduled for scheduled here for the Raw after SummerSlam. Now, let's see. And now, we'll see what we get. Do I think Big Cass should be a heel return? I don't think so. Because the vignettes are already making him look like a redemption story. I think the best money match you can get with him is feeding him to OFME. And you're going to love vignettes. All the vignettes are already showing his name as Big Cass. Like, I mean, all the references to other things, you know, even just that last one. Okay. Let's see if we can knock Dark State out of this channel again. Sorry about that, y'all. Hopefully, we'll be back to normal here in a second. The Last House, August 7th on Netflix. Talk about creepy movies. I saw Obsession this morning. Yikes. Just brutal. Boy, they are recapping the heck out of Saturday night's main event. Danhausen took a beating, but he did ultimately get the win. Again, Carl Anthony Towns, really solid choke slam giver. I'll give him that. I know. I would have loved to see that hot air balloon get involved too. The blimp. All right, here comes Danhausen. He's got a bag. Even Alicia Taylor's announcing him as very nice, very evil. This is wild. Oh, Dom was at AAA. Okay. Oh, yeah, Danhausen from Detroit. So this is a homecoming for him.
However, they seem to still want their human money's back. And this is causing quite a problem for Danhausen. So I don't want it. But I don't want the Judgment Day to have it. How about we give it to the Danhausens? Who wants some human money?
I want some human monies. Oh, here comes Judgment Day coming out to chase their money. It's like a real life. It's like a real life Roadrunner Coyote situation.
Give us our money. There's only one person in this store that's going to see $1 in Judgment Day's money. So give us what we want.
Oh, shout out to JD wearing a Scott Hall t-shirt. Outsiders t-shirt.
I just have one thing to say. You are cursed.
Uh-oh. Danhausen curses them, and now he's getting jumped. Who could save Danhausen? Yeah, Judgment Day is Wile E. Coyote for sure. Where is Io Sky to help Danhausen? Joe Hendry. Joe Hendry is actually a good ally for Danhausen. Oh, Liv's got the bag of human monies. Come on, EO. Come on, steal the money. But where's the belt? Boogeyman, yeah, right. I saw Danhausen met Boogeyman over the weekend. Oh boy. All right. Another chapter in Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins. Yeah, the Doomsday trailer, Sophie Dopey, is good. And I'm gonna go see it. I'm just wasn't like, oh, I wasn't over the moon for it. It's gonna be good though. Part of me doesn't want to see any more trailers. I kind of want to go in blind for it. I feel like I'll like it more if I do. I don't want to go in with a bunch of fantasy booking to Avengers Doomsday.
Summerslam, the OTC, the World Heavyweight Champion Roman Reigns will defend his gold against the former World Heavyweight Champion, the man who never lost it, Seth Rollins.
Adam Pearce.
$1 trillion human monies. This is fake.
It's not real money. Oba!
Danhausen, he threw it. Switch.
No.
This and they can be good, right? JD, you like logos. You like logos. It's a
Over. But dude, it's Danhausen's money over.
That's not fair.
What do you mean something?
It's not fair.
Dumb. No, you're right. It's not fair. You can face Joe Hendry later tonight.
What?
Okay. Dom versus Joe Hendry tonight, and JD's got a match with Oba right now. Can I say, by the way, how great character building it is that everyone in that camera shot was afraid of Obafemi, including Adam Pearce. Adam Pearce, Danhausen, Joe Hendry, JD, Dom, and probably Liv too, although she was kind of off to the side. Not one of them wanted anything to do with Oba. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you continue to build a monster. Make sure everyone reacts properly to him. So say a prayer for JD. And you know what? I can't wait to watch this because JD is gifted at making people look good in the ring. And he's about to make Oba look like a monster unless there's a beast in the house who comes to ruin the good time. But if there's not, whoo boy, Oba's about to wreck shop, and JD's going to make him look like a world killer. Love that Danhausen. Oh, Oba's got a little water spit in the spotlight. Shout out to Triple H. I know he's like, I got a little something I suggest you do for your little in-ring entrance. It always worked for me. Do a little, you got a water bottle? It's what we do. Love it. Love it. But yeah, I saw the Odyssey over the weekend as well. Odyssey is fantastic, by the way, guys. If you're on the fence about seeing the Odyssey, go see it. Doesn't matter. Like, if you can see it in IMAX, great. I know those tickets are kind of hard to come by, but I mean, any screen. Great movie. Saw Obsession this morning too. Also really good. Super creepy. And yeah, Avengers Doomsday trailer out today as well. Been quite a lot of fun. Spider-Man.
Truth is, I'm not just Peter Parker. I'm Spider-Man. It's cool. Sometimes Spider-Man has to do the hard thing, even if it breaks Peter Parker's heart. Let's get this on a high note, huh? Spider-Man wasn't any gay. He used to like her first. They did PG-13. The dog you loved growing up. Probably a pedigree. It was good then, and it's better. 6 health essentials plus new nutrient-boosting vitamin good bites.
Summer KFC, the sequel you've craved, is here. The Colonel's famous popcorn chicken has returned. Spoiler alert, no piece survives. Popcorn chicken is back at KFC.
So I think Obafemi gets arrested tonight. I don't think so. I feel like that was kind of a 1 week only thing. Unless I'm missing something. I wouldn't be surprised if maybe we see Paul Heyman tonight. I doubt we see Brock. I just don't believe Brock shows up every single week leading into SummerSlam. Maybe next Monday we see Brock for the go home show. But probably not tonight. And sorry, y'all. I don't know that we need to see Brock every week. His aura kind of goes before him at this stage in his career. Okay, live shows. Perhaps. We'll find out now. Adam Pearce still out here trying to shove Judgment Day towards the ring. Oh, Danhausen and Joe Hendry are out here sending to the ring. Oba's going to kill them both. Oh, my boy Dallas in the ring. Well, unceremoniously dumps Dom immediately. JD trying to take a shot at Oba, but it ain't going to work, buddy. What a backdrop. Oba just launching him. Here we go. European uppercuts. Good grief. Good Lord. Obafemi hits the turnbuckle so hard. Oh, we get Unreal, new season of Unreal tomorrow, by the way. Dumped. Yeah, we're about to do the Goldberg treatment here. One and done. Fall from grace coming right up. JD is such a pro. 2. That's that. Thanks for coming, JD. Oba's still ready to do some killing. He does his killing after breakfast, like Marty McFly in Back to the Future 3. JD like wiggling the legs in the air as he's falling down. I'm telling you, man. Great seller, that JD McDonough. He'll have a job with WWE for, I wouldn't say as long as he wants, but probably for quite a while if he wants to mutually stay there, I think.
No more nonsense. No more BS. All this fake money stuff. The real money is a hell in itself. I'll see you there.
No more fake money. The real money's in Hell in the Cell. No doubt. Detroit's here for Oba. What's Oba turning around for? Did they tell him to pose again? Oh, they're going to do the spotlight on him again. Ever since Brock attacked him during the spotlight that first time, every time the lights go dark, I'm always like watching the ground behind him for shadows and afraid he's going to get jumped. What's up, Celeste? Last name, your theory there about him getting arrested and then getting attacked while handcuffed, honestly, would be a fantastic development in the wussification of Brock Lesnar. I think that would be very smart booking to do. I'm just not convinced that he's on site tonight. But if he is, that would be a great way to do it. Darius Rucker singing the national anthem. That's cool. I like Darius Rucker, but why do we feel the need to announce that during Raw? That seems weird. There's LA Knight and Royce Keys. Also, by the way, everybody, we're getting LA Knight and Jacob Fatu when we come back from yet another commercial break. Man, that's one thing I forget about live streaming Raw is how frequent the commercial breaks are when you watch it live. Goodness gracious, gray balls of fire. Fans of King of the Hill, if there's anybody in the house, new season of King of the Hill is up and running on Hulu. I'm 3 episodes in so far. If you've been following the King of the Hill revival, it's just as good as the first season since they came back. A lot of fun, really enjoying it. That might be one of the best TV show revivals that we've seen. Cobra Kai was really good, at least in the very beginning. It kind of got a little too big for its britches, in my opinion. But as far as revivals and legacy content goes, the King of the Hill revival has been nothing short of phenomenal. I've loved it so far. Yeah, I do wonder who's opening night 1 and night 2 last name. I'm very curious what the placement of Hell in the Cell is going to be, because conventional booking would say that Cody Punk is going to main event one night and Roman Seth would main event the other night. However, if you're asking me, I mean, and they're not, but I'm going to say it anyways. Brock and Oba is the money match of the entire card. It's Hell in a Cell. It should be the blow off to the feud. These two behemoths, dude, like Roman and Seth feel stale. Cody and Punk is good, but it is kind of a short build. Yeah, but Oba and Brock, that's the sweet spot for me. And I don't want to see a Hell in a Cell match lead off a PLE, but also you're going to stick that in the middle of the card or in the semi-main event spot. Feels very weird. If it's in the semi-main event spot, I don't think anybody's going to care about the title match that night. And the optics of opening with a Hell in a Cell feels a little weird to me. That's just me. I know like the actual Hell in a Cell pay-per-view would sometimes open with a cell match when they had more than one, but I don't know. I just don't know about that. Ted Lasso season 4. Yes, last name coming in August. I'm looking forward to that as well. More breaks than a bag of Kit Kats. Amen, Dossie. For real. By the way, guys, if for y'all, I know you've been following along with our coalition community chat predictions contest. The coalition, myself, A and B Combos, and Just Alex will all be giving our SummerSlam predictions next week. And we will have the community predictions contest live and ready to go during that time as well through the beginning of night one of SummerSlam. So I've been working on that already and just waiting for more matches to get announced so we can have all the matches there and we should be good to go. Next, allowing to watch the show doing the commercial now. Liars backstage. Sol Ruka invited. Oh, interesting, Schwaby. Thank you for the Netflix, the international Netflix feed. I really ought to start watching Raw that way. Would I be fine with it being second or third match? You know what? Last name. It's going to be my most anticipated match, no matter where it is on the card. But if I were them, I wouldn't put it there. I would either put it at the beginning or the end. I mean, I would put it at the end, but yeah, it may not really matter where it goes in the card, but I think just the respect that match demands should be in a prime positioning. But I could see Brock being like, yeah, put us on first. I'll do whatever you want, just like he did at Mania. You know? Jalen Brunson and Rhea Ripley. Yeah, Swaby, I don't like just still announcing matches a week before or 2 weeks before. I don't particularly care for that. I know it's not the first or last time they've done that, but Solo's here. Solo's here with a mic and no entrance.
Yo, listen, I'm not even supposed to be on this show. Listen, I got a proposition to make. Seth Rollins.
Seth.
Get out here now.
Solo Sikoa's calling out Seth Rollins. So we about to talk about Roman, I'm assuming. Say he's got a proposition for Seth Rollins. Do you think Solo would offer to be in Seth's corner? If so, we're telegraphing something, in my opinion, but something I've been afraid of, to be honest. Low key, by the way, this version of Solo Sikoa, I know it's not getting a ton of reactions from the crowd, but this might be my favorite version of Solo. I wish he was getting more response. Because honestly, I think he's got enough charisma to be a good babyface. He's got that sort of nerdy comedic energy, but I like him as a potential foe to the bloodline when he's a babyface. All right. Let's get all the singing out of our system. Let's get this promo going. The best thing this character change has done for Seth is put him in some sensible fashion choices. I appreciate the fashion sense of this Seth Rollins.
The first to welcome you to Monday Night Raw.
I gotta say, the pandering of Seth's catchphrases maybe gets me.
On my show,
Doesn't
can I
do it for me.
do for you? Are we talking or are we fighting?
Okay, get to the point. Are we talking or are we fighting? Solo's facial expressions, dude. He's here to talk, guys.
I know you're focused on getting ready for Roman at Summerslam. But you got to understand something. It's not just you versus him. It's not.
I can't believe they're whatting Solo. Come on, man.
It's you versus the whole damn bloodline. It's 4 against 1. And I know what they're going to do. I know how they think. I know how they move. I know the game plan. Trust me, because I was a part of it. And Seth, they're going to make sure that you don't have a chance at SummerSlam. But it doesn't have to be like that. The reason why I called you out here is to tell you that I can watch your back at SummerSlam.
Solo offering to watch Seth's back, and the crowd is not buying it. Oh, boy. And the crowd is chanting OTC. I like, why are y'all so stupid?
So, I'm not gonna lie, you make a lot of good points. You're right about the rings, you're right about the bloodline, you're right about the fact that maybe we work together, we could do something special, man. You know what? Let me think about it, Luce. Let me think about it.
Seth says, let me think about it. Uh-oh. Solo just checked Seth.
There's nothing to think about, Seth, okay? It's written on the walls. Trust me, that's the game plan. It'll work. Look, the same thing you did years ago for Cody, that defeat Roman, I can do the same thing for you.
Oh, Solo says he wants to be the Seth that Seth was for Cody. Oh, here comes Jacob, which should bring out LA Knight, right? Eventually. Well, Jacob's not dressed for the match yet. Solo bails. Seth still in the ring. Jacob's back is to Seth, though. Seth said, nah. Come interrupt my segment. I agree, Swaby. It's going to be a big casserole of a mess. Well, it's been okay, Sophie Dopey. Keep marching towards SummerSlam. But this is the thing. Jacob just ate a super kick from Seth, and now he just stood there and took it. And Seth just pimp walked right out. Like, I mean, that kind of makes Jacob look like a punk.
Ladies and gentlemen, SummerSlam, we also know that PENTA is a Penta's Intercontinental Championship against the man who won the gauntlet match last week, Gable, in Gable's hometown of Minneapolis, Minnesota. Yesterday, the SummerSlam kickoff show, these two were face-to-face. Highlight of the night is presented by Chuck.
All right, we're going to show a recap of the SummerSlam kickoff show with Gable and PENTA. So I think the Hell in the Cell match will be one of the first hours. There's a big possibility.
Because Chad Gable is taking that from you.
For real, Swaby.
I'm coming to prove who I am. That's why
This is here. He's not porque yo soy PENTA, el feo. But before we get to Summerslam, those two, Gable and PENTA, are going to team up tonight.
Here comes Ethan Page. All right, Ethan Page and Rusev versus the two opponents. Can they coexist for SummerSlam? PENTA and Chad Gable. Yeah, last name. That appears to be how things are going. We're still supposed to have Joe Hendry versus Dom later, too.
The mood just turned ominous. Ladies and gentlemen, presented by Watchalong. These two men take on PENTA and Gable.
Another commercial break. My goodness gracious. How do I come up with my series of videos? Well, the trivia stuff kind of writes itself because we have the trivia book that we decided to go through together. And the Mount Rushmore matches, which I'm actually going to be recording a new episode of this week. My brother and I, we just talk about them offline. And we just kind of talk about the wrestlers we feel like talking about. And we kind of cooperate on matches to revisit. So that's typically what we do.
Missed it?
2K. Oh, I don't know. I might be done with 2K since 2K26 came out, but I don't know. We'll see. Saw Chris Beverly interview with Ethan Page, and Ethan Page said that Canadian Strap Daddy was presented to him. Oh, interesting. I didn't know that. So SummerSlam 26, I think, currently has 8 matches. So I would expect. Let me take a look here. Yeah. SummerSlam currently has 8 matches. I would expect we probably get to 12, and they do 6 on each night. 12, maybe 13. So imagine 4 more matches. I imagine we get a match with Trick Williams. We probably get a match. Well, Tiffany Stratton is in the ladder match for the women's title, so we're probably not getting a ladies' U.S. title match. But I bet we get a men's U.S. title match, maybe the Vision and Alpha Academy, perhaps for the tag titles. Maybe we get Damian Priest and Truth defending the tag titles. I doubt it though. Maybe we get a Sami Zayn match. And my prediction leading up to Saturday night's main event and afterwards, I think Dom Mysterio versus Danhausen feels like a gimme match, like just completely close the door on the Danhausen Dom Mysterio, the Danhausen Judgment Day feud. End it with Danhausen versus Dom. So if we did that, I don't know who you'd give a match to Sami Zayn with. And you could probably do Trick versus Mello at SummerSlam or Trick versus Corbin. Maybe you do a triple threat with Trick, Corbin, and Carmelo. Or you do a fatal 4-way and add Ricky Saints in there as well. I mean, it's a lot, but it does get everybody on the card. And then, Sol Ruka. You could have Sol Ruka defend too. I forgot about Sol. So yeah. So here's the thing. I don't think Sami Zayn is going to miss SummerSlam. I do think that Sami Zayn will factor into SummerSlam, whether he has a match or whether he interferes.
Which was like
Last name, that's my gut feeling too. And I said that during Saturday night's main event. I think Sami might be the reason Gunther beats Aldis because Sami has a legitimate beef with Nick Aldis too. It's Nick Aldis' fault that Sami Zayn is not in the title match, not just Gunther. Because if Nick Aldis is a wrestler for that night, Sami is well within his bounds to get his licks in on Nick Aldis without repercussions from the authority figures. So we're talking the John Cena retirement tour starting tomorrow on Unreal. Hopefully I'll have some thoughts for you about Unreal before we cover NXT tomorrow. I really hope I can get a video up giving my Unreal reactions and review. We'll see what happens there, though. All right, here comes Chad Gable with his 1994 WCW music. More than one match between Gunther and Nick. You know what, Sophie Dophie? I think there is a possibility. It depends on how well their first match is received. My guess is that they don't have a plan now, but that's all just conjecture by me. If it gets well received, though, I could see them running it back. Can I see Sami Zayn doing a takeover at SummerSlam? I don't know about that. I don't know that they would dedicate that kind of airtime to Sami doing an angle at SummerSlam. Yeah, I'm just skeptical about that. All right. Here comes the Intercontinental Champion, Gable's tag team partner for tonight, Cero Miedo, PENTA. It's got a great entrance.
the man who has taken the world by storm. Champion, he's held the title for 140 days.
140-day reign for PENTA. Good job, PENTA. And PENTA hasn't been a shy champion. Yeah, Sami kind of faded into the background after Saturday night's main event. I mean, the angle advancement between Cody and Punk and then Nick Aldis and Gunther just kind of left Sami on the back burner.
Clear for him that when it comes to the championship at SummerSlam, all bets are off. They're no friends when we get to Minnesota. So in Chad Gable, the unending effort to right the wrongs of his past, his redemption story, he's been his solution to this entire thing is to take PENTA sold. Are you kidding me? This man is completely fearless. PENTA wakes up easy, open, waiting, clamoring for the opportunity to be in a fight, to engage in combat. It makes PENTA feel alive. This is one of many reasons he has been a dominant Intercontinental Champion. And Corey, we talked a lot about what holding the Intercontinental Championship means to Penta. How he's doing this for all of his fans around the world. That he's a world champion. That's what this means to Penta. Traditionally speaking, the Intercontinental Championship has been viewed as a workhorse championship, and Penta has proudly accepted the challenge and responsibility that comes with it. And we'll switch the little Kate to Rusev going over Gable and Penta as they look at fist bump when this matchup got underway. Here's what I don't like. If you're Penta or if you're Chad Gable, why would you risk teaming with the guy covering my page? And a kick out by Penta. I'll answer your question because of mutual respect. That's what it is. Listen, the best in this business know when to throw respect right out the window. What this is for both Penta and Gable, covered by Rusev, hook of the leg. But the better question is this. Why did it wasn't that giving you my answer? Go ahead. Gable and Penta are in extremely close quarters right now. They're allowing themselves to be studied by the opposition, masquerading as a partner tonight. This is not a great strategy by either man.
Yeah, it is crazy. Like Penta and Ray are both doing well in their singles careers. I'm sure it's a matter of time before they get teamed up again, but we'll see what happens. Sophie Dophie, the decline of Bruce Willis is really sad to hear about for sure. Yeah, it's just makes me sad. That's all I can say.
Chad Gable, who will send it deep to the floor. And Penta to the just hangs on as Penta goes spine first into the apron.
Last name probably. I could totally see Penta and Phoenix hooking back up if Penta loses his title. And I think that would be a good time to do it, is put that title on Gable, let Gable continue the sort of prestige of defending the IC title. I mean, put him in a program with Rusev, put him in a program with Ethan Page, put him in a program with either Austin Theory or Logan Paul. And once Logan Paul is healthy again, or maybe by the time Bronson Reed returns, Chad Gable and Bronson Reed, that could be a lot of fun. Yeah, I mean, you got Jacob Fatu there, you got Jimmy Uso, Solo Sikoa just bounces wherever he wants. So there's a lot of capable heels that you could dip into the IC title picture against Chad Gable that Chad would get good work out of. And that's not even entertaining the idea of the dual babyface matchups, like Chad Gable versus Dragon Lee or Chad Gable versus Javon Evans or what have you. So I would love to see Penta maybe move over to SmackDown and have him and Penta and Ray Phoenix beat. Here's what I'd do. I'd have the War Raiders beat Truth and Damian Priest. And then I'd have the Lucha Brothers go against the War Raiders. And give me the Lucha Brothers and the War Raiders. You know what I'd do? Last name. Lucha Raiders for all the marbles, the AAA tag titles and the WWE tag titles, and put it on the AAA show. Put that on the AAA show where the Lucha Bros beat the War Raiders for the tag titles. Cheers. You're welcome. Book it. Because Lucha Brothers versus War Raiders for a winner-take-all AAA and WWE tag titles, that could main event a AAA show. They're always going to get pushed down the card on SmackDown for that kind of match. Or it'll be a mid-card match at a PLE. But that could main event a AAA show. You want to throw the Vision in there too? That's fine with me. I'm of the mind about the Vision. I like that the Vision is kind of getting reinvigorated. We talked about that a little bit at the beginning of the show. I really want Logan Paul to heal up soon, though, because I want Braun Breaker to be the solo act in the Vision and let Austin Theory and Logan Paul be the tag team again, or Austin Theory and Bronson Reed even. I don't know, but and it's going to be very telling, very interesting once Bronson Reed comes back, where he slides in. I mean, he keeps showing photos and stuff of like him and Braun Breaker. Like, what if he and Braun broke off from the Vision? And you know, I don't know what they would call themselves, but you know, I don't want to relegate Braun to a tag team, but I don't know, a loose affiliation between the two of them, like the Terror Twins, but they're just both dudes. Yeah, you could do that too. Last name. So last name, you'd rather see Phoenix come to Raw than to go to SmackDown? German suplexes abounding. And now overhead suplex to Rusev. And more Germans for Ethan Page. Gable's fired up. Channeling that inner Kurt. Angle slam. I can rock with that last name. Only 2 for the angle slam.
He has a chance to do it in front of his friends and family and his hometown of Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Who do I think should change brands, Shamanica? That's a great question. Suplex, reverse.
Fantastic teamwork by Rusev.
Oh, trying to lift Rusev, doesn't get it. He's just getting pinball kicked back and forth. Jeez. What a snug slam by Rusev. Penta with a kick breaks, a nasty kick breaks that up. Slap to the chest by Penta, but he eats a forearm from Ethan Page. Shamanica, I wouldn't mind seeing Dom go to SmackDown, maybe. Wouldn't mind seeing Chelsea Green come back to Raw. Seeing her come to Raw. Trying to think of who else. I think you could send Jey Uso to SmackDown. I'd like to see Drew McIntyre back on Raw. Accolade, come on, Chad Gable. Didn't kick with a bald head. Yeah, probably. Gable trying to, breaking out of that Accolade. Powering out of it. Oh, Gable runs into Penta, knocking him off the top. But reversal, ankle lock. Gable with the ankle lock on Rusev. And now, wow. Whisper in the wind style Mexican destroyer. Rusev taps to the ankle lock. Gable and Penta victorious in tag team action.
Incredible effort by Gable and Penta, who managed to work together very effectively.
Okay. Penta giving himself an assist off the back of Chad Gable, literally springboarding himself into a Mexican destroyer. Gable presenting the title back to Penta. Gentlemen shaking hands. Chad coming out with the American flag at SummerSlam. Wouldn't hate it. Oh my gosh, how many chapters are we giving to this Seth and Roman? And here's the thing, all the little chapters, they're so short, these videos, which there really is a big history between Roman and Seth. But it's like it was edited for a TikTok attention span. I like how they're showing Seth winning the title at Money in the Bank from Roman, but they are conveniently leaving out that Moxley, Dean Ambrose cashed in literally right after that match was over. Like it was some awful thing that Seth did. And also, like, they're going to conveniently leave out the one time the Shield was in the triple threat match. All right, here comes Seth walking around backstage by himself. And Jacob.
Jacob, come on, hit me. Hit me. Come on. I know you want to. Come on, Jacob.
Why is he taunting Jacob?
Can you? No, this guy. You want strict orders. Tribal chief. Finger on me. So let me ask you this. When I beat Roman at SummerSlam, do I get his title and his bag boy?
Okay. You got one up on me earlier today. Better won't happen no more. And if there's anything left of you after SummerSlam, I'm gonna beat your ass.
Worry about it. Worry about LA Knight, Jacob. Like they're already like, I don't know. I feel like they're telegraphing that Jacob's just going to beat LA Knight tonight because Jacob has shown more concern about Seth Rollins tonight than about LA Knight. Like that's not a great look for LA Knight, you know? Not great.
You can't spell American without it. At the Ram, make this the summer sales event. Say I can in a Ram truck. I can tow what others won't. Power through anything.
Oh gosh.
Better than anybody. You can do anything this summer with a great deal at the Ram. Make this the summer sales event because nothing stops Ram.
Get 15% below MSRP for an average $13,300 below MSRP. Plus, no monthly payments for 90 days on the 2026 Ram 1500 Limited.
Hey, it's John Cena, and today we're talking legacy because John is free rewards. Now you can get 5% back.
I just seen online. Someone said that Adam Pearce is using Obafemi the way Teddy Long used the Undertaker back in the day on SmackDown. You going one-on-one with Obafemi. Love it.
Switch to John, America's #1 choice for betting. It's not summer without Shark Week.
Our mission is to rebrand sharks.
I'm going to be jumping into a tiny little shark cage surrounded by sharks.
It's the greatest week in history.
Shark Week starts Sunday at 8 on Discovery. Car's kind of a big deal. Carter, searching your own words. Your highway. Fun to drive. It's all the gear in the whole family. Nice. Cargers, discover your best deal.
So we deliver. It's the throwback value menu from Pizza Hut. Your favorite side
this guy is a stranger that is on our bachelor party. He vomited on us, and we have
Okay. That sounds interesting.
In front of over 11,000 tonight at the Little Caesars Arena in Detroit, Michigan. Monday Night Raw live on Netflix, presented by DoorDash. An incredible weekend in New York City with WWE Saturday night main event. Sunday and the 4 days of Fanatics Fest.
More Fanatics Fest recapping. I don't need to see another Saturday night's main event recap either. Unless we're getting something with Lyra. Mickey James? I don't know. Oh, yeah, because Nick Aldis will be there. I mean, I'm sure she'll probably be present. I wonder if she'll be on screen, though.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name
Paul Heyman vignette.
is Paul Heyman. I serve as the advocate for the king of the cage, the ultimate fighter in WWE, the beast of the Brock Lesnar. They asked me,
I feel like they should have had another run at the word Broctagon. I don't think it's a little corny. Nah, I don't know if they pull back the curtain on Mickey being Nick Aldis's wife on camera during the show. I could see her like back from commercial break waving to the crowd, you know, legends are here tonight, but that's all I get.
telling you the truth about what it means to live on family. That cell is unforgiving. The structure is uncompromising. The violence is extreme. And Mr. Fenny, he's overrated because everyone.
Oh my gosh. This is a cornier thing than I imagined.
In never losing inside hell in a cell, all comes to an end at SummerSlam, but it's the other way around. Oba Femi has delivered the greatest rookie year in WWE history since Brock. And this next
Oh yeah, no doubt last name. Putting his hands on Mickey would be immediate pitchforks and torches for sure. I agree, Swaby. If they're really wanting to use that free ESPN hour to sell subscriptions, you got to keep Hell in a Cell behind the paywall. But let's face it, they gave us a free ladder match at WrestleMania. They might. I don't know. I wouldn't do it, though. I'd put Hell in a Cell behind the paywall.
because Oba Femi was so dominant against the entire roster. This rookie year goes down in history because it all comes to a violent end in Minneapolis.
With the thumbnails, I just get some some online assistance and stuff. I'd workshop some ideas and use some sites to help kind of put that together. All right, Heyman doing his best to sell us on Hell in the Cell. I mean, already sold on Hell in the Cell, so yeah, no, like they can keep selling us on Hell in a Cell all they want. I want that bell to ring, and I want Oba to wreck shop. That's what I want. Yeah, I mean, definitely. I think putting these these matches together can be tricky. The match placement, rather, you should say. Justin Jefferson.
First and second. So let's make this one crazy. Roman, Seth, Stat. Cody, to his first one. Rock, over, inside, head to the center, to the left. August about. Wow. Actually do something special for y'all. Use my code DJET to unlock tickets starting at just $25. But don't sleep. It's only around for a limited time. I'll see y'all there.
All right. Ticket promo codes, cheaper ticket prices. We've whined for 2 to 3 years about ticket prices, and now they're making tickets cheaper. Will we keep whining about it, or we'll be like, hey, cheaper tickets? Love it. SummerSlam takeover. Yeah, Hell in a Cell's ought to have blood. I mean, think about the accidental blood that happened at Saturday night's main event. Made all those matches so much better. All of them. Yeah, so people on the internet, the IWC, have ridiculously insufficient attention spans. Oh boy, another chapter in Roman versus Seth. Okay, well, there's a shot of Moxley.
This was the last time before the trip.
Come on. There we go. Oh boy. Internet is being a little spotty now, guys. I apologize.
Against one of his greatest rivals, a man he's never beat in a big-time matchup, Seth freaking Rollins. It all takes place at SummerSlam.
All right, here comes Dirty Dom. He'll be facing Joe Hendry tonight. Some YouTube content creator named Don Tony, and he said something very interesting. At SummerSlam should have never been 2 nights because of the situation, like they have to lower the ticket prices. Well, yeah, you know, trying to make multiple big PLEs like WrestleMania, I think, was their eyes being bigger than their stomach, so to speak, because you've got, not only have you now inflated the cost and overestimated the demand for, say, SummerSlam, Survivor Series, Royal Rumble and stuff, but you've now also diluted what has made WrestleMania special. So you're trying to lift all these other PLEs up, but the support's not there, and it also brings WrestleMania down in terms of specialness, you know? I think WrestleMania probably should have been the only 2-night event. I didn't mind the shorter. I mean, you know, you could still make SummerSlam 1 night and have 8 to 9 matches, maybe. But then you could make Raw, SmackDown special that week, you know, instead of just having some throwaway matches. You could actually put some of the title matches there, which I know some people would complain about. But I kind of liked it when all week long the programming was big time leading up to the PLE. Yeah, I mean, WrestleMania. I mean, we'll see what happens with Saudi Arabia next year. Obviously, that's going to be an outlier, but we'll see.
Wow, that's super.
world's largest injury law firm. Talk to you. It's like inside the ring. Get left.
So outside the ring, we like to let loose.
Into a drum solo.
Our one full throttle with the ENT.
That's it.
What you mean? It's a step.
Snap into a slim down.
Yeah.
That's not happen anytime. All right, guys. It can happen anytime. I swore on the bases. You. That's it. What's up, Brett? How you doing? Round and third. He's letting go.
This is every time.
Every time.
New customers bet up to $5 for 5 days and get $1,000 in bet reset tokens.
We treat our pets like we treat ourselves. You brush, they chew. You squat, they spring. Healthy routines for you, healthy routines for them. Greenies make health a treat.
Better doesn't happen by accident. It happens by hand. The epic pepperoni stuffed crust pizza.
Yeah, I am excited for NXT tomorrow. Just a reminder, guys, we're going to get a street fight with Tony D'Angelo and Naraku, and also a rematch with Miss Parker and Natty. So should be a real good time. A real good time. All right, Gunther and Nick Aldis.
WWE Raw is brought to you by Chunks, America's #1 choice for banking. Bank on this. Dominic's still cursed. Flick's still cursed. JD McDonough, the judge of the day, was cursed. And almost Remy.
Yeah, I mean, SummerSlam out of all the big four PLEs makes the least amount of sense to be 2 nights because all the other WrestleMania is WrestleMania, of course, and all the other shows are centered around a big gimmick match, and you could split the gimmick matches up, one on each night. Honestly, instead of making Money in the Bank its own show, you could pivot to putting the Money in the Bank matches at SummerSlam, and then you could justify 2 nights of SummerSlam. Have one ladder match each night. Just my opinion.
Remember this started last week in the gauntlet match that JD McDonough and Dominic Mysterio made sure that Henry did not advance.
Do we end up seeing Danhausen here?
Whenever there's a willing, he owes a championship opportunity to help run there's not a triple mania before they non-volunteered to team with EGA. Here now it's Henry bouncing.
That's a good question. Last name, I don't know.
Say Danhausen just the day beat them earlier tonight. For this matchup made by our general manager Adam Pierce. Liv Morgan looks on. She's got a lot on her mind. SummerSlam, defending world title against Io Sky. We knocked her off at the Queen of the Ring in the finals.
Hendry whips Dom into the corner.
Focus on her man, the mega champion. A ring in those luchadores. Look at the power of Henry. Vertical suplex to Dirty Dom. This showing up is absolutely unnecessary. Henry Vincent. Such a joy to watch this Henry. Great athlete. Here, I will never question Henry's ability.
First of all, that could be create some intrigue for sure. I was just thinking about how Dom used to be so crazy over. I mean, he gets booed a lot now, still, but just not the same. Yes, Waby, El Grande and Dom are both get cheered in AAA, big time. Oh, Liv Morgan with the shot on Joe Hendry into the ring post. Probably means we're getting a commercial break. Here comes Danhausen. Oh, Liv has had enough of the curses and just drops Danhausen. Okay. Hey, what do you know? It's a commercial break, you guys. Where are Raquel and Roxy? Good question.
It's all about good, fresh, made to order. Everybody tastes it in the range. You already know. Wingstop is here. So close you can almost taste it. What? You're just gonna walk away? Time to bring the juice. Never leave a fit behind. Rip it, and bring the juice. That flavor's just out of reach. Drop the labels and bring the juice.
You know, it's hard to keep track of who's cursed and who's not these days. Danhausen seems to be, you know, kind of liberal with his cursing these days.
Lick it, flip it, drumstick it.
Yeah, I hope the go home show is better next week too.
Crossface is by Mysterio. Wearing Henry down, and Dom's been impressive. Say that again. Dom's been impressive, but there was an
Yeah, they've kind of been doing that week after week, continuing that, right? With Miz and Wilson.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Joe Henry, one-on-one with Dirty Dominic Mysterio here tonight. Liv Morgan has paid off, allowing Dirty Dom to take over in this matchup. Finally stood up for himself and sent that slap on the packet. And that was after she drove Joe Henry into the ring post to help Dominic take over. And now the women's world champion looks on as her boyfriend, Dominic Mysterio, looks to knock off Joe Henry. It's time for the adults to be back in charge. Dirty Dom and Liv have got things under control. We don't have to worry about Danhausen and his concept for person. We don't have to hear Henry and his lackluster guitar playing. Yeah, sit through this. Look at this power. Joe Henry creates some space. Does he have an opportunity to rally? Henry now. I don't think some semblance of a comeback here. Dirty Dom better be careful. Oh, no. And the mega champion launched yet again by Joe Hendry. A kick up by Joe. Bang! There it is! The hit single! Cover by Hendry! And a kick out by Dom. That almost put Mysterio away. Hendry needs to keep his foot on the gas pedal. That's not what I meant. Now again, Liv Morgan inserting herself into the matchup. Dirty Dom, once again, taking advantage. DDT! The official going to do something about Liv? What is the official supposed to do about Liv, bro? What would you like the official to do? Not send her to the locker room? She hasn't done anything in front of his face. And Liv trying to rally dominant.
Oh, Danhausen's back, and he's got EO in tow. You were right about that last name. You called it, man. EO and Liv throwing hands.
Now Liv into the ring. By your logic, Io should be disqualified. And Io stands in the kick. There's still a match going on, right?
EO bringing shots to Liv and dropping her. And Liv is neutralized. Danhausen with the shot to Dom.
What a bad night for the judgment. It's an absolutely cursed for the judgment day. He came back with reinforcements. The reinforcements, the 2026 Queen of the Ring. Io Sky wreaking havoc at the expense of Liv Morgan while the official was busy with all this. With the, what you call it, triple E.
Yeah, I guess, Vaquera's still healing up from her injury, but surely they're going to bring her back soon, you would think. Danhausen and Joe Hendry with the team pose there.
He has fought one-on-one the WWE Championship. Last night, your mass split. That wasn't an accident. Last night was an accident, and I apologize. This is on purpose.
Things heating up with Cody and Punk. Yes, they totally enforce that title defense rule when it's convenient. But we're about to have LA Knight and Jacob Fatu after one more commercial break.
Jordan wood-fired style pizza. Right from your oven. Perfectly crispy and airy crust you thought you could only get at a restaurant. And you'll have to chase down that friend who always says it right. It's not delivery. It's DiGiorno wood-fired style pizza. Let's raise a glass to the Duke.
What do you want to talk about? Already have amazing plans for everyone. Who gets a top game? Champions never rest. Better work hard. Come on, Miles. Make that 5G storage. Use that aerodynamic head.
Indian devices?
Spirit roads. Everyone. Everyone. Now let's get freedom. All right?
Oh, well, we've had a Raw. And at least one more match going into tonight. We'll see what happens.
Tuesday fried chicken. Wednesday rolls. Thursday tenders. Friday nuggets again. Now that's living life to the fullest. Get a $10 bucket of the day from KFC.
Sure I saw someone standing in her bedroom. Oh, God.
Heard the rules. Now it's officially the Never Seen 17 collection. During my farewell tour, I didn't have the opportunity to visit some of my favorite places. That's why the Never Seen 17 collection was created. A full line of products customized for 17 iconic cities. We incorporated the values and symbols that the most need at the time, but Never Seen available exclusively with the Club WWE membership.
John Cena says goodbye. A fan favorite returns, and the next generation of superstars rise to the occasion. WWE Unreal takes viewers inside WWE's biggest season yet.
Unreal comes out tomorrow.
WWE Unreal Season 3 premieres tomorrow on Netflix. For the first time since winning the NBA Finals, this is where greatness acknowledges greatness. The MVP in the OTC NBA champion and the king, New York. Madison Square Garden, New York City. Acknowledge us.
Oh, yeah. A solo spike would have been so good. So satisfying.
It was quite the atmosphere this past Saturday in Madison Square Garden in New York, and it's going to be quite the atmosphere next weekend in the Epic Two-Night event known as Summerslam. Breaking news now tonight. We just had a match added to Summerslam. Guess what? You have got to be kidding me. Danhausen goes one-on-one with Dirty Dominic Mysterio. Dom will finally get some money back.
Here it is. Like I called it for SummerSlam.
SummerSlam comes your way next week. It's with what a stack night. We are bringing hell to the city of angels, the OTC.
Roman and Seth face to face next week. A weigh-in for Hell in a Cell. Okay.
Speaking of LA, our producer screwed you on that one. Well, WWE is the ultimate insider membership built for the fans who never miss a moment. The founding member preview is live right now. Sign up to get an exclusive Founders Gift plus access to a content library you won't find anywhere else. Go to WWE.com/WWE and claim your spot. LA Knight has his work cut out for tonight. Again, but the perpetually defiant megastars never met a fight he didn't like. Let's see if Knight has what it takes to get back to Samoa world.
LA Knight's got a mic.
Let me talk to you. I am standing right here in the Dirty D right now, and we're only a couple weeks from SummerSlam, and it's going to be me. It's going to be Solo Sikoa. It's going to be Royce Keys, and we're going to take on Jey Uso, Jimmy Uso, and Jacob Fatu. But correct me if I'm wrong. Did I not just hear Solo Sikoa come out here after I told him it's a bit tough to trust you, just a little bit. It's a little bit tough to trust you. And now you're out here talking about helping Seth Rollins. Huh? I can't help but notice every single one of you out here, you wanted them out the building. You said, what? And I can't blame you because I was back there going, how? 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 And I couldn't believe it. You talk about Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns at SummerSlam makes me sick. I ain't even mad at you for saying that again. He's conned you, and that's okay. You know how bad he's conned you? He has come out here for year after year after year, begging you, please like me. Please, people like me. And you boot him out of the damn building year after year after year until finally tonight.
I'm everything he ever wanted to be. I walked in this door from day one, and you all saw it. You all felt the undeniable cavorka of this man. You couldn't stop. And that's what not only did is I'm not everything that Roman Reigns wanted to be. I'm everything that everyone back there wanted him to be, but he couldn't. Let's just call it what it is. But as much as I can't stand Roman Reigns, as much as I can't stand Seth Rollins, see, Solo's focused on the wrong thing because he wants to help Seth Rollins. No. I appreciate everything that Solo's done against the Bloodline. That's why I feel like we could partner for one night. However, there is no way. It's a bridge too far to go and help some cross-eyed with like Seth Rollins. So what we do is we destroy the Bloodline to make sure they're not even a factor that night. They leave either crawling or crying. But either way, they leave on their ass. And that's not an insult back. It's just a fact of life. But on to tonight. Because in just a little bit, Jacob Fatu's little Mortal Kombat music is going to play. He's going to come out here and test his mic. But my man, try as you will, try as you might, whatever you do, you cannot stop LA Knight. I'll put it to you like this. You can do everything you got your little shakes. I got the cure for it. It's called me smacking you back to factory settings. And the whole time it's going down, the soundtrack to me smacking you back to factory settings is the same all around the world with everybody saying, yeah.
What's up, RT Rick? Good to see you. Just in time for the main event, LA Knight versus Jacob Fatu. Here comes Jacob.
Fatu's in a mood after getting kicked in the mouth. Fatu got live next.
Pretty good, man. Raw's been all right. Of course, Raw does have the repeat offense of too many commercial breaks. But we're looking forward to NXT tomorrow. I'm going to try to make SmackDown this week as well, as we're in the build-up to SummerSlam. And, we got another match added to SummerSlam. We got Danhausen and Dirty Dom.
But it doesn't happen by accident. It happens by hand. The epic pepperoni stuffed crust pizza is back. Cheesy pepperoni.
Right. Not feeling Uzi is right. For real.
Better ingredients in the pizza. Off the Jones. Things pushing buttons. Stop rocking right now. Push buttons. Yeah, Peter Cole and push their luck. But it's never too late to push things a little farther.
I'd like to see LA Knight take this one, but I don't believe it. I'm pretty sure Jacob's going to find a way to win this. What about you, RT?
This is what I bought from Whatnot. If you are not checking out Whatnot, you're missing out.
It's Arby's cheesesteak with 100% Angus steak and melty Cooper cheese. Some say it's meat and cheese done right. And some people don't say anything because, frankly, it's rude to talk with your mouth full.
Arby's, we have the meat.
A Solo might get involved too at this point as well. In addition to Seth, we'll see.
We are here tonight live from Detroit, Michigan, over 11,000 for Monday Night Raw as LA Knight does battle with Jacob Fatu. A lot of things to talk about in this matchup, including the fact that they will be part of a six-man Summerslam. Knight, Royce Keys, and Solo Sikoa against Fatu and the Usos of the Bloodline. And LA Knight's going to pick up the pace. I think more than anything, LA Knight wants to free himself from the perceived shadows of the Bloodline.
Yeah, I agree, RT. I mean, that's my sentiment too.
Exchanging blows. Fatu's in a move. Came out here earlier tonight. Solo Sikoa made a proposal. Let me help you. Let me help you take the world title from Roman Reigns. And Seth hasn't made a decision on that yet. Jacob Fatu came out and he got kicked in the face by Seth. And then we learned some interesting news for you. The fact that the OTC Roman Reigns has told Fatu in the bloodline, do not lay a finger on Seth Rollins before SummerSlam. Very roundabout way of Roman Reigns telling the world, Seth is mine. Roman has
Right, seriously, Darcy. Like, the commercial situation on Raw is out of control.
Ready to Fatu around the ring post. We were talking a few minutes ago about how LA Knight has been intertwined with the bloodline for the last several years. I mean, take it back to WrestleMania when LA Knight has been competed alongside Jimmy and Jay Uso. Every step of LA Knight's career has been hampered by the bloodline. Oh, look at a couple of years ago where it was Jacob Fatu who won the United States Championship for LA Knight at WrestleMania as Knight is driven outside the ring and Jacob Fatu. Sneak like that. That's a lot of fans flying in your direction. Go back to the Roman Reigns motivation earlier. The fact that he wants to beat Rollins one-on-one, with no outside interference, to prove he can do it. That has sort of been, Roman Reigns' MO since he won the World Heavyweight Championship this time around. He's had no interference from any of the Bloodline members in any of these matches leading up to SummerSlam. They live life in the ivory tower, but he still hears the whispers. He hears the chirps from everybody on the roster, the fans around the globe saying, Roman's great, but he can't do it alone. So the tribal chief has made it his mission.
Yeah, Fatu can fly for sure.
Fatu goes up the ring to break the counter for senior official Chad Pat. Jacob over the steps. And Jacob could be hurt. It's maybe the opening LA was waiting for. Fatu went knee first into the steel. The Megastar trying to shake the cobwebs to continue his onslaught. Watchalong right on the apron. And just like that, the Samoan was taking control. A terrifying individual like a goal. A blank stare in there. But Jacob Fatu ready to run announce table. The LA Knight wincing in pain, even on impact, but dribbling Fatu's head up for an announce table and King Cunningham. Says Jacob Fatu, he didn't even affect it, boy. This Knight is driven spine first into the side of those steel steps. Sidestep Fatu into the ring post. And this match has turned physical quickly.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what the timetable is on Bronson Reed. I hope we see him at some point.
Utilizing Fatu's own momentum against him as he dribbles Jacob forehead first off the diamond plate stairs.
now LA to the end, and a clothesline. Wiping out Fatu. LA has taken over. Let's get ready to door. Oh, the body's been delivered straight to the face. Something that's in sunny side up. Or we get a kick. Here he comes. Ooh, nice throw. That's what I call a Here's a man who got exactly what he ordered. A bell rings. DoorDash is here.
Hey, it's John Cena, and today we're talking cashback because John is free for rewards. Now you can get 5% cash back on stuff like groceries or gas, dining in, dining out. Your electric bills, your phone bills, your streaming bills, because all those purchases build your credit. You park that cash back in a high-yield savings account, you're hitting your goals in no time, and that is fee-free banking, baby. Oh, sorry, I thought it was done. Don't bank the old way. Switch to Chime, America's #1 choice for banking.
What is happening? I think the neighborhood has moved.
Oh my God!
In the past,
We're gonna survive.
what about the people who are out there getting eaten? The chicken.
I didn't. I'm so sorry.
That's right.
I guess cereal for dinner.
Cereal. Hey, how was practice today? Great. I scored 2 goals. Wow, that's super.
Thank you, Pumpkin.
Did you?
You wouldn't seal it on the floor, just like you wouldn't have anyone but Morgan & Morgan handle your injury case. With over $30 billion recovered for our clients, there's a reason to go big.
You okay, honey? I'm okay.
Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. Deep down, you've always had something special. But you have to go alone to see how special you really are.
And there it was, the first great American reality. Not going like a sonic boom across this country. This country didn't tiptoe onto the world stage. Hell no. We were born loud. Liberty is loud, baby.
People are hitting that post hard tonight.
Because in this country, in loud means trust. Is a brilliant individual, and he has taken over here against a very valiant LA Knight. Dueling clamps on the trapezius muscles of LA Knight. Knight, a team of Royce Keys and Silver Sakota against Fatu and the Usos. Next weekend at Summerslam. Fatu! Bounce face first up the post. Into the cup. Looks for the 1-2 and a kick out by Gable too. We looked all out of sorts a moment ago. It's high time for LA Knight to make something happen. Both of these men basically beat, exhausted in what has been a war so far. Making a long climb to the top turnbuckle. Fatu. Also, LA Knight loses balance and land on the top turnbuckle. Rope position here. Jacob Fatu the spine. And LA Knight collapsing into the ring. Into the cover goes Fatu. Hooks away. LA Knight stays in it. Innovative offense from the Samoan Werewolf. Once again, reminding the world that for a man of his size, he is extremely agile. Did LA Knight make the right decision? Deciding to team up with Royce Keys and Silver Sakota. I can't condone many of the decisions made by LA Knight. I can understand where his head's at. I can understand all the great boiling.
Fatu climbing up top.
Under any circumstance, to war. LA Knight stops Jacob Fatu. Gained the upper hand. There's a heavy right spot. LA Knight now. Looking to hook Jacob Fatu. Hands in the middle of the ring. Fatu now pushed to the top push. LA Knight. Could it beat him there?
LA Knight jumping up top, superplex. Got up there.
Both men down. Critical moment in the match. And here
Jimmy Uso's in the house.
Jimmy now. Jacob. Distract LA Knight.
Solo's here.
Jimmy falling out here at ringside. Jacob Fatu took him out with a dive. Careful, boy, we made up collateral damage here. And we ended up with an opportunity to fight back. Unloading on Fatu. Rights and left from LA Knight. LA ducks underneath the wild right. Look for the solo. That part of it up on the jump. BFT. What for strike begin? Jimmy Uso distracts each other.
Oh, that Jimmy Uso distracting the ref. LA Knight had it all. Royce Keys is here. Are we going to get a DQ or what? And now we're getting a face pop for Jay. This whole bloodline thing is just on my nerves, man. Dance and yeet. They don't even.
Jay came from out of town. Jimmy Uso, you're out of nowhere. Taking out Keys. We still have nothing progress. LA goes right up for Jay Uso. All these men are going to meet at SummerSlam. This is just a precursor. I'm going to have to correct you, Paul. Whatever's left of these men. Pop up Samoan. Jacob Fatu to the top.
All right, Jacob Fatu hitting the. That's it for LA Knight. And Solo jumping on Jacob right after the bell.
Jimmy Jay taking out for a younger brother. Don't forget about Royce Keys. How's that for a reminder? And these all the friends are going to unload on each other. These two are explosive brothers now.
Big spine buster. We're kind of getting one of those Attitude Era finishes where like everybody's hitting their finish over and over again on each other. Tongan death grips now. Are we going to get a Seth showing up? Oh, hip attacks into LA Knight. Well, now they're booing the Usos. Sort of. This is all so schizophrenic. Oh, gosh. Bloodline throwing up their ones. Well, that does it for Raw, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see where we go from here. You know, I have bloodline fatigue. That's all I can say. I have bloodline fatigue. So, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed Raw. We will be back for NXT tomorrow for sure. So make sure you join us for that. Bound to be a good time there. In the meantime, we'll be amping up our prediction show next week for SummerSlam. NXT tomorrow. Mount Rushmore matches coming later this week. And also SmackDown on Friday. And so we'll do this all over again. However, for between now and then, thank you guys for joining us tonight. I'm going to bounce because I got to jump to a few other things. But until then, don't forget to be a mark, because being a mark means you believe, and believing makes wrestling better. See you guys tomorrow for NXT.